Hello and welcome to Mobile Device Automation with UiPath Test Suite. You know already that UiPath Test Suite is built as a universal solution for software testing, and that software testing is made of application testing and RPA testing. RPA testing is about improving the performance of your robots and your RPA automations. Application testing is about improving the performance of the applications you develop. Across all environments, they can be accessed from desktops, browsers, mobile devices, and so on. From all these, mobile devices are truly a special case. But let's talk about why. Why does the mobile deserve special attention? Why are we talking about mobile device automation? And finally, why are we talking about it in the context of UiPath Test Suite? The answer to the first question is extremely simple. Based on all the relevant statistics, mobile does deserve special attention. From a market share perspective, it overtook desktops and laptops combined, and the advance increases with every day. As for internet consumption, mobile has been the leader for 5 years already. This made so many companies to switch to a mobile-first strategy. But what does this really mean? Simply put, mobile-first means that applications are launched first for mobile use. If and only if they are successful, a decision is made to go for desktops as well. This is particularly relevant on the US market, but it's quickly picking up in other regions too. Of course, it is mainly applicable for consumer apps, but not exclusively. And if you think about it, some apps only exist on mobile devices, like WhatsApp, Uber or Waze. But the opposite is not true at all. Do you know a single app that does not exist on mobile at all? Photoshop is available on mobile. To some extent, you can edit videos on mobile devices, and even do music production without any desktop device. More games are made today for handheld devices than for desktop devices. Sure, these apps may not be as powerful on mobile as they are on desktop, but things are definitely moving in this direction. So, mobile is here to stay. But mobile automation. Everything that we said earlier provides a strong case for mobile device automation. The usage is skyrocketing. If automation on desktops is already a thing, then this brings a huge potential for mobile devices. That's what the mobile-first strategy tells us. Companies will invest more and more in their mobile apps, creating the need for automation. But automation at this point is much more about test automation than about RPA. Think about it. There may be a single app, and the user interface may be 100% the same on all mobile devices. But what about all that variety implied? On mobile devices, you have 2 main operating systems, but also several smaller ones that are growing. Next, you have to deal with the different versions of these operating systems. At least once per year we get changes, and some of them are drastic. Some users update immediately. Others avoid doing it at all costs. Then you have the variety of the actual devices. Different makers bring different customizations to the operating systems. On top of that, the devices themselves have different sizes, different resolutions, and different technologies used. The access to the internet is different on mobile devices. Think about 2G, 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi, and so on. There are also apps which don't even need internet to operate. And what about the input options and how they vary between devices? On a desktop device, you have a mouse and the keyboard. On a mobile device, you have gestures, hardware buttons, interrupting events of different kinds, like phone calls and notifications, security features like fingerprints and face recognition, and so on. Then there are the different types of apps: native apps, web apps, and hybrid apps. Finally, there are the many frameworks you can use to create mobile apps. Considering all these complex factors in conjunction with the ultimate goal of having an application working the same everywhere, it's clear why mobile testing is needed so badly. But is UiPath Test Suite the best option for your needs? We can answer that only by looking at the specificities of mobile testing. Every solution out there can get you through manual testing, and you can probably use real devices or emulated ones. But consider the variety of the devices on the market and the way they work. And consider that testing is traditionally a step that must happen fast, although its impact is huge. For all these, the automation of mobile testing is the only way to go. This brings us to our second point. Most of the test automation solutions are script-based. Not only do you need to know how to code, but you also need to know how this works on mobile devices. Moreover, the solutions that work on one of the major mobile operating systems do not work on the other. So, you need a solution that can help you overcome all these. Here's why we think that UiPath Test Suite qualifies. First of all, automation projects for mobile devices are built the same way as RPA workflows and application testing workflows in UiPath Studio. Then, you have different options to work with devices. You can work with emulated ones, or with physical ones, but either way, you don't need to touch the devices. Everything happens through the components of UiPath Test Suite. We also have the recorder. With it, you can capture all the actions you perform on your device, then easily import the actions in your automation workflow. Mobile automation is typically perceived as being slow to build and slow to execute. With UiPath Test Suite, we're bringing the much-needed speed. Moreover, the mobile automation capabilities of UiPath Test Suite go well beyond the traditional tap and swipe use cases. With some cool advanced capabilities, think of including the location of the device in your tests, doing image injections to the camera, testing the different connectivity options, or simulating different cellular networks. Finally, UiPath Test Suite is fully compatible with cloud farms. You can probably imagine how hard it is to maintain so many physical devices to match what is on the market. Hence, we're moving into the future, where you get easy access to the devices you need at scale. So, how does the mobile device automation capabilities of UiPath Test Suite actually work? For starters, Studio Pro now includes a new component, Mobile Device Manager, using a dedicated driver. This new component connects to the mobile devices through a PM, which is the standard framework for mobile automation. A PM needs to be present on the device, where it is automatically installed, but also as a server on your local Windows machine or in cloud. In Studio Pro, mobile automation workflows can combine existing UI automation capabilities that work on other types of devices and dedicated activities. These come in a special activity package called Mobile Automation Activity Package. One of the most important activities is mobile device connection, which connects to a certain device and a certain app and acts as a scope for the other activities that interact with the device. An additional word about a PM. Apart from the fact that it is the market-leading framework for mobile automation, it builds on the different available frameworks that interact with the mobile devices, such as Espresso or UI Automator for Android, and XCTest and UI Automation for iOS. As the market leader, it is close to feature complete, meaning that it is able to automate almost every action you can perform with a mobile device. On the other hand, it is generic enough to guarantee that it will work with many of the frameworks that will come. By now, we hope that you are convinced to at least give UiPath Test Suite a chance for mobile automation. Starting with the next video, we will explore its capabilities. Are you ready?